Think about the last time your flight was delayed for 3 hours or more on a trip to or from Europe. Frustrating, right? What if I told you that flight delay legally entitled you to up to $650 in cash per passenger, and your airline was required by law to pay it, not miles, cash? And here is the part that will genuinely shock you: an estimated $26 billion in flight delay compensation goes unclaimed every single year. Not because people cannot claim it, because they simply did not know it existed. Today, I am going to change that. 4 flight money secrets that airlines hope you never find out. Let us go. Secret 1: the law that owes you up to $650. In 2004, the European Union passed a law called EU Regulation 261. It says, if your flight is delayed by 3 hours or more and arrives late at your destination, the airline owes you cash compensation. Not if the delay is caused by bad weather or something outside the airline's control, but if it is mechanical issues, crew problems, or operational failures, which are the most common causes of delays, you are legally entitled to be paid. Here is exactly how much. Short flights under 1500 kilometers, $270 per passenger. Medium flights between 1500 and 500 kilometers, $430 per passenger. Long haul flights over 500 kilometers, $650 per passenger. That is per person. A family of 4 on a long haul delayed flight is looking at $2,600 in compensation. Now here is the critical part. This applies globally. If your flight departs from any EU airport on any airline in the world, you are covered. If your flight arrives into an EU airport on a European airline, you are covered. So a flight from New York to London on British Airways that arrives 3 hours late, you are entitled to $650. Every passenger on that plane. And the rule extends to the UK, Norway, Switzerland and Iceland too. How to claim in 3 minutes. Go directly to the airline's website and look for their passenger rights or compensation claim page. Enter your flight number, the date of travel and the delay duration. Submit. The airline has 30 days to respond. If they reject your claim, you can escalate to the national enforcement body in the country your flight departed from. That is a free government process. Or use a service like AirHelp or SkyCop, which handle the entire claim for you and only charge a percentage if they win. The most important thing, claims go back years. Check every delayed EU flight you have taken in the last 3 to 6 years. That was just the first one. The next 3 are about flights you have not taken yet, and they are going to save you hundreds of dollars on your next booking. Secret 2. Airlines accidentally publish wrong prices and must honor every ticket. Several times every week, somewhere in the world, an airline loads a fare into its system incorrectly. A business class flight worth $2,400 gets published at $180. A $900 return to Europe appears at $200. These are called error fares. And here is the thing, when a passenger books at that price, the airline is legally required to honor the ticket. The average saving on an error fare is $550 per ticket. Some travelers have flown business class to Japan, Australia and South America for less than $300. These fares last anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours before the airline corrects them. Speed is everything. How to catch them? Sign up for Going, formerly known as Scott's Cheap Flights, at going.com. It is free. The moment an error fare appears on any major route, you get an email alert. Click Book directly with the airline, then make your plans. One important note, do not book hotels or tours until the airline confirms your ticket. Most honor them, but wait 1 to 2 days for confirmation first. Secret 3. Booking too far in advance is costing you money. Almost everyone believes you should book your flights as early as possible. 6 months out, a year out. The earlier the better. Expedia analyzed millions of real bookings in 2026 and found the opposite is true. International travelers who book 15 to 30 days before departure save an average of $190 compared to those who book 6 months early. That is not a small difference. That is $190 on a single ticket. For a family of 4, that is $760 saved just by changing when you book. Why does this happen? Airlines overprice early inventory, banking on anxious travelers who book immediately out of fear. As the departure date gets closer and seats remain unsold, algorithms automatically drop the price to fill the plane. The sweet spot for international flights is 15 to 30 days out. For domestic flights, 1 to 3 months out is optimal. The smart strategy: set a fare alert on Google Flights for your route the moment you decide you want to travel. Watch the price for a few weeks. When it hits your target, book immediately. Do not panic, book 6 months early unless you are traveling during peak holiday season when demand genuinely drives prices up. Secret 4: 2 separate tickets, same journey, $420 saved. This is the one that surprises people most. Here is a real example. A direct flight from Seattle to Europe costs around $900, but a flight from Seattle to San Francisco costs around $80. And a separate flight from San Francisco to Europe costs around $400. 2 tickets, same final destination, total cost $480. $420 saved compared to the direct flight. This works because airlines price routes based on competition. San Francisco to Europe has more airlines competing for that route than Seattle to Europe. More competition, lower price. You can apply this same logic to almost any major hub city. If you are flying from a smaller city, always check whether flying first to a nearby major hub and booking a second separate ticket from there is cheaper than the direct route. Important rules for this trick: 1. Book 2 completely separate tickets, not a connection on the same booking. 2 independent purchases. 2. Leave at least 3 to 4 hours between your arrival at the hub and your second departure, because if your first flight is delayed, the second airline has no obligation to rebook you. You need buffer time. 3. Travel with carry on only if possible. Checking bags on separate tickets adds complexity and risk. Use Google Flights to search the hub city as your destination first, then separately search hub to final destination. Compare the two ticket total against the direct fare. 4 flight money secrets that airlines hope stay hidden. Secret 1: EU 260. One owes you up to $650 per passenger for every qualifying delayed flight. Check your last 3 to 6 years of travel right now. Secret 2: error fares save an average of $550 per ticket. Sign up for going at going.com. It is free. Secret 3: booking too early costs you $190 more. 15 to 30 days out is the sweet spot for international flights. Secret 4: 2 separate tickets through a hub city can save you $400 or more compared to a direct flight. Total potential savings using all 4, well over $1,800 per trip. Now tell me in the comments, have you ever had a delayed EU flight and not known you could claim $650? Drop a plane emoji if you are going to claim your EU 260 one compensation right now. Subscribe to Venks Daily Reset. Money, travel and life hacks every single week. See you in the next reset.